Right, and we're getting word that Hikaru should be. Oh, and there he is. How's it going, Hikaru?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing all right.
We're doing well, Hikaru. We're happy you had a successful day today and had pretty much the best outcome you could have had.
Yeah, I mean, there are obviously moments that I wish I could change from the rapid portion, but all things being said, with the way Alireza played throughout the event, second was really the best I could hope for, and it was just a good day. I mean, overall, it was. I didn't show up for 3 days, and I did show up for 2 days, so it worked out.
So
Right, yeah, you
Hikaru,
played.
oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
go ahead,
Ben. Go
Irina.
ahead. Oh, all right.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
go.
yeah, you played really well in the Blitz portion, and yeah, you're now again the number one in Blitz. You also got your rating over 2900. What does that mean to you?
Doesn't mean anything. I mean, to be blunt. I mean, obviously, it's nice, but I think the thing is that I just wanted to play good chess. After the first 3 days, where I felt like in every critical situation, I was making blunders. I just want to play good chess. So at the end of the day, yeah, people can make some big deal out of the ratings, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at all.
So you definitely had a rocky start to today, right? After the first three games, you had a streak of against Aronian, kind of a painful game from the opening, and then against Feruzia. And it's like, how did you reset to just like get back into form after two games like that?
Well, the thing that I would say is actually this tournament overall. If I look the bigger picture, there were two moments when I played Alirez. I played him in the Rapid after losing the first game, and then I also played him today after losing to Levon. And if I look at the tournament as a whole, those are probably two spots where I should have bailed out and played something much more solid and made a draw. I mean, in round two, it's kind of hard to be critical because it's so early in the event. You feel like you don't know if you're in form or out of form, whatnot. But today, I really thought I should make the draw because Faruja, we'd won his first two games, so it was, I think, a 4 point gap. But I was like, it's a little bit too cheesy to kind of just make a draw. And then, of course, I lost that game. But after that, I just tried to just play chess. I mean, that was the main thing. And I got that quick bounce back win, I think, against Sam in the fourth round, if I'm not mistaken. And then everything just came together.
So we
Right.
also
Oh,
okay.
oh, oh yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to ask you. Like, yeah, you got into a very bad position right out of the opening against Levon and also against Ali Reza. Did that influence your decision to just play the modern and not go into the main lines anymore?
Well, no, I mean, the point is, if I'd played solid against Sam, he would have probably made a draw. If I'd played something like a Berlin, like I normally do, I think he makes a draw like 90% chance there. So I just did it because what's there to lose, frankly? I mean, what is there to lose? If I lose a couple of games, so what? Who cares? But it is Blitz, and I thought I would get chances, and that's why I switched. It was just to not be solid. I just figured, who cares? If I lose, I lose, but just go down fighting.
Yeah, that's what I had wanted to ask you about, Hikaru, like, because there was a clear change in the openings, like after that
Mm-hmm.
Berlin against Levon, and it definitely felt like a good decision. That it was just nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think the thing is, it is risky. But at the end of the day, I mean, okay, if I lose some games, yeah, I guess I lose rating points. Who cares? I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. And so I felt like it was time to go for it, and things kind of started working out. So, I mean, yeah, I could have lost, I could have won. Fortunately, I won those games. I mean, the wins against Sam and MVL in particular were very, very critical for the overall standings. But you just try to play chess, and things worked out.
All right, very nice. And yeah, I just wanted to ask you. So you're not playing in the Singfield Cup, and people were saying you're also not playing in the U.S. Championship. What is your reasoning behind those decisions?
Well, first of all, I am playing the 960 here after the classical. That's the first thing. Secondly, in terms of Sinkfield Cup, I'm not playing because honestly, I don't want to spend 20 days in St. Louis or a month in St. Louis anymore. I don't have to, fortunately, so I don't want to. Let's just be blunt about it. In many years past, I played the Rapid and Blitz. I played the classical, and well, this will probably get clipped to some degree, but I mean, it's more than half the time by like the middle of the classical or the rapid. Whenever I'm in the back half, around day 15 or something, I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? And I'm very negative about everything when I'm here. So there is that. As far as the US Championship, I mean, as of right now, I'm probably going to TwitchCon. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a conflict, and we know what my real job is, so that takes precedence, plain and simple.
So, what does that mean? A TwitchCon, Hikaru? Can you explain for the viewers? Like, is that like a big conference of Twitch streamers, or
well, I mean, everybody, we are. This is a broadcast on Twitch, so I would assume people are familiar with it. But yeah, TwitchCon, it's like it's when you basically have a con. A lot of people get together. There are a lot of big streamers who are there. A lot of smaller streamers. A lot of fans. It's a good chance for people to meet each other and all that stuff. So we'll see. But as of right now, I am probably going to it. I believe it's in good old California, a place that I miss very much. So I think it's in San Diego, in fact. So as of right now, I'll probably be going there. And just with that going on, I mean, that does take precedence. And I had already spoken quite a bit to, or quite a bit about this. But I mean, my next classical tournament probably will be Vicon Z, most likely. So just focusing on doing many different things.
All right, very nice. So yeah, are you looking forward to meeting all of the fans in San Diego at TwitchCon?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not set in stone. I mean, to be clear, but most likely I'll be going. And if I do, yeah, it'll be awesome to meet everybody. I think that is one of the things when you stream, you don't really have these interactions with these streamers. And I know when I was watching you, Benjamin, I had to prod you through your chat to go and get you to go like talk to some of those streamers, like the stock guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be pretty cool to see people around, and I'm looking forward to it. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I know the chat is making fun of me, Hikaru, for like for asking about what is TwitchCon. I mean, the one conference I know.
But I mean, Irina, have you been to SawCon?
No, but the one conference I do know about, guys, is the Bitcoin conference that takes place in Miami.
Exactly.
What?
Okay.
Do you really just do that?
But I really
anyway. Yeah, but no. I mean, of course, it's all in good fun, and probably it's not probably. It's just going to be fun to see people, and really looking forward to it.
So Hikaru, tell us. So, what are your priorities these days? Right, like, because you alluded to okay, the playing is not the top priority. Obviously, we know you're streaming a lot. Like, do you have any other interests that you're pursuing?
I mean, at the moment, obviously, I'm very focused on Twitch and YouTube, both of those. There are potential big plans coming up down the road, things that I really am not at liberty to talk about right now, so people can speculate with, however they wish to about that. But there's a lot of stuff coming up. I think as of right now, the main thing that I try to do is I try to budget my time accordingly. Fortunately, I'm able to cut back a little bit on the streaming hours. I'm not streaming as much as I was, say, about a year ago. So that's been beneficial to sort of get some rest and relaxation. I think I did learn one thing from this event, though, which is that as much as I try to be Superman and do everything, streaming, playing, etc., I do have to sort of budget my energy or be a little bit more cognizant of it, because I think with this tournament, I think playing Rapid 4 days in a row, then playing the 960 Title Tuesday, Arena Kings on 7 straight days, and flying out that Wednesday evening after Arena Kings, it probably affected me in terms of the play, at least on the first day, certainly. So probably I should be a little bit more aware of that going forward. But right now, I mean, this is my focus. I try to get out here and there when I can. But it's what I do for the most part.
Yes, Hikaru, they really want me to ask you about what is SawCon. So
I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get into that. But chat can tell you what it is. I made a joke because you're not aware of that Twitch meme. So
right.
you'll figure it out.
Yeah, you can just you can pretty much refer to anything, and I won't know what it means.
It was just a joke, yeah.
It's a conference for people who are very passionate about the sauce that you cut wood with.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah, that's good chance I won't know about that.
Yeah, but anyway, no, I mean it's I think the thing is with like playing tournaments, getting back to the chess for a bit, like as much fun. Or not as much fun as I love streaming, but it is fun every so often to try and play tournaments. And the thing is, during this event, after like the third day, I was like, why am I playing chess? What's the point? But fortunately, these last 2 days went really well, so at least I feel more inspired. And it's fun. It's fun to compete against these guys. Win or lose, it's always interesting going up against them. So it's just been a lot of fun.
So Hikaru, let me ask you my personal question. Like, I was wondering, so why you didn't play the Olympiad? I mean, is it the streaming, or were there other reasons? Because obviously the U.S. team wound up missing you quite a bit.
Well, I mean, there are actually many factors. First of all, I was playing the Canada's tournament. Now, streaming does take priority first and foremost, and I actually cut way down on streaming in April. Well, I guess late April into May, and then into June before the Canada's. Like I was streaming very limited hours. I was being kind of like, I don't want to say hate it because that's too strong a word, but I really wasn't very happy with everything. So because I had taken that huge break for the candidates, there was no way that I was going to go from playing the Canadas, then a couple weeks, and then having to go play another serious event for 2 weeks. Plus, another thing people I think tend to forget quite frequently is that this is a big production. It's not something where chess.com is helping me. This is stuff that I put together myself with my small team around me. And so at the end of the day, I do that for the fans. And that also takes a lot of energy, a lot of time. There's a lot of planning that goes into it. And it was simply too much. Combine that with the fact that, separately, I just signed an org deal with the Misfits group in Florida. It would be a little bit weird to suddenly not be around for 2 months plus as well. So there are many different things, many different reasons as far as why I didn't play in the Olympiad. I mean, it's not that I won't play again, but the timing was just bad. Timing was really bad. If it had been in like October, perhaps, I think there's a much better chance that I would have played.
So next Olympiad is going to be in Budapest in 2024. So hopefully we're going to see you there.
Yeah, I mean, another thing I would say is, since you said it's in Budapest, is that it is kind of odd actually now when I, when I came here a couple of days ago to St. Louis, I was thinking to myself about tournaments that I had played in the U.S. and since 2010, I played a couple tournaments in the summer of 2009, but since 2010, I don't think I've played a single tournament in the United States that was ranked, which was not here in St. Louis. And so, like, when you say Budapest, that is where I went. I made a couple of norms legally. I should say that because sometimes it's a little bit sus, to put it mildly. But I played there, and I think that was already like 2000 when I went there to play in those norm tournaments. And so if I can go back, it'll be pretty amazing because the time somehow now as I get older, it feels like yesterday, but it really wasn't yesterday.
Yeah. I was last in Budapest in 1994 for the World Under 10 Championships.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
A long time, and I haven't been back since.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as terms like the U.S. Championship or Olympiad, these sorts of things go, there is a potential, but people have to also realize that nowadays there are a lot of tournaments online, and if you try to play everything online and over the board, it is just too much. There just are too many tournaments. You can't really play in everything. So, like many other players, you do have to pick and choose. And so we'll see what I play going forward. But as of right now, probably Tata Steel and Norway Chess are the two tournaments that I intend to play in classical chess in the next year or so.
Right. And people,
Benjamin, I'm going to let you ask a question. I'm sorry because I know
no worries.
Your turn now.
Yeah, people in the chat were wondering, like, are you going to play Arena Kings tomorrow, or are you going to give other people a chance again?
Well, I think I'm traveling in the morning, and I'm going. I'm not going to play it. I mean, I'm flying tomorrow. I don't think I get back to like 3 p.m. to Florida or something like that. It's not realistic. So I'm not going to be playing in that event. I mean, I'll probably take it a little bit light for the next couple of days, or maybe I'll play some other games that I also enjoy on stream in the near future. But we'll see.
Right, and I also wanted to ask you, like, Magnus took over the #1 spot on the chess.com Blitz rankings. What does that mean to you?
It means nothing. Actually, my good friends over on that subreddit would like to think that it means something to me. But really, the only thing that matters at this point with the online stuff is like I like having the highest rating. That I do historically. I've said on my stream many times, in fact, that I mean I feel like maybe I can get the rating up to 3250 if something amazing happens. But anything above that is really, really hard. I feel like at this point. So if I'm 3200, I'm happy. It doesn't matter if it's Magnus who's 3210 or something or whatever. Doesn't matter if it's Danya who's busy farming some of those kids. It really doesn't matter who has that higher rating. I literally don't care. As long as I have that 3350 or 3332, sorry, that it is, that's all that's the only thing that kind of matters a little bit to me. But whoever passes me in Blitz, like I just don't care.
Right. And people were also wondering, like, with the CGC coming up, how are you going to prepare for that? What is your planning going forward?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think for the next week and a half or so, I'm probably just going to be doing coverage of the Sinkfold Cup, so it'll be a little bit easier for me to sort of, when I'm not streaming, definitely look at some chess for sure. that's probably during that period I'll be studying somewhat, but also even beyond that, there's still this 960 thing that I'll be playing on this great chess site that we know as Lichess. So I'll be playing in that in probably like 2 weeks or something as well. So there's still a lot of stuff going on regardless. So just try to find some time and go from there.
Are you playing in like the Chess 960 like finals of the chess.com?
Yeah, you mean the one where players go to Iceland? Yeah, if I make it, then yeah, I'll. But I mean, they're holding qualifiers on Lichess, chess.com. I mean, I don't even really understand how the format works, but I just know that I'm playing in something on September 11th or something. I don't even know beyond that.
Well, the one on chess, the last one on chess.com is coming to an end tomorrow. So yeah, Lichess will be your last chance, or if you get a wild card through FIDE.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's just stuff. There's just nonstop events. So yeah, I just take it one event at a time and go from there, really. And then as far as people asking separately about like the Grand Swiss and things like that, there are no dates for those events, but my intention is to play the Grand Swiss in the FIDE World Cup and or maybe the Grand Prix next year, but we'll see.
And go for world champion, right?
I mean, if it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's not there. It doesn't. It's not something that I think about actively. Let's put it that way. You know, if I'm in a situation, then sure, that would be nice. If I'm not in a situation, okay, that's that. But I don't really. I don't look at the what ifs of what could happen or what could not happen. I just take it every day, one day at a time.
And the World Rapid and Blitz, Hikaru, at the end of the year, is that part of your plans?
Well, I mean, if it happens in a normal location, I would say it's fairly likely. Again, it's not really clear if that's going to be the case. If it's going to happen, who's going to sponsor it, all those things. You know, if there's like a World Rapid and Blitz in, let's just say Germany, for example, like Berlin, of course I'll play. If it's in Paris, I'll play. If it's in New York,
it's going to be
I'll
cold
play.
there in the winter, Hikaru. I don't know if Germany's the #1 destination for this winter.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Germany's completely fine. It's like London. But basically what I'm saying is if it's in a normal location, London, whatever it might be, one of those places, then almost certainly I'll play. If it's in a location like Tashkent, for example, I would say it's pretty unlikely that I'll go to it. So it remains to be seen what the dates are, what the venue is, things of that nature. But we'll see.
I heard it might be some place like Abu Dhabi. How's that?
Oh yeah. I mean, Abu Dhabi, Qatar. I mean, there are many places there that I would gladly go to play. And it's going to be nice and hot too. So, you know, again, we'll see. But if it happens, then you know, depending on what the location is, I probably will play. But as of right now, there's nothing that's been said publicly, so it's just a wait and see situation.
Oh, look at that. I love that silence. Like me and Benjamin, we're trying not to step on each other's toes. Well, I think we've had you here for long enough, Hikaru. I'm done with all my questions. Benjamin, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, and I think we're just gonna let you go. So yeah, I mean, if you have any last words for the people here in the chat or for your favorite subreddit, yeah, feel free to.
I mean, there's not much really to say. I think there's a famous quote. I think it was Oscar Pano who said this. I think there was a famous quote like from like the 1960s where I think it was Pano. He said something like Fischer won the exhibition, and then I think Pano won the tournament, if I remember the phrase correctly. And so that's sort of how I feel about this event, is that, you know, I was the best of the rest. Alireza, obviously, start to finish, played phenomenal chess, and he deserved to win the tournament. But to finish second, all things considered, with all the strong players who were competing, and especially after that terrible start, I'm just very proud that I was able to put it together on the final 2 days. And it was just, it ended up being a fun event. Obviously, I was dealing with a lot of chest pains throughout the first 3 days, but the last 2 days were great. So it all worked out.
Yeah, at least it wasn't chest pains, Hikaru.
Yeah, although that's also that's also a joke related to a YouTube video recently as well. But anyway, yeah.
The people in the chat were wondering, they said that you look huge on the camera. Have you been lifting a lot, is what they were wondering.
Oh, did they not fix this from last year? This was actually one of the criticisms, was that basically the way the cam was, it made everybody look like they were like 50 pounds heavier than they are. So I didn't look, but I know like last year when they did it, and they were saying that, I mean, I remember they were saying like, I remember like someone said I looked big. They said like Shaq looked like he was like much bigger. I mean, I told them about this last year, so I don't know if they like they didn't listen or what happened, but I did go to the gym a couple of days at the start of the tournament, so I was doing some lifting actually, but that does not say that I do that every day.
Well, then maybe you
Hikaru,
should, and you'll look bigger next year.
Yeah. So what were you saying, Irina?
I was just saying, we were definitely, happy with your play, happy with the performance and the comeback from the Rapid. And you just did the best that you could given the situation you were in. So we totally agree that this was just a very good event for you. And we wish you, all the best in your next event as well.
Thanks, you guys. And yeah, at the end of the day, as I said, I didn't win the tournament, obviously. So I guess I can be mildly disappointed in that. But overall, I played well. And if I play well, I'm going to be pretty happy regardless. Because as I've said before, I just try to play, be competitive. And if I am, that's great. If I'm not, oh, well, that's life. But it seemed to all come together. So yeah, it was just a fun week away from the office.
Yeah, and it's been nice for us here in the office, actually.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out the nicest way of putting this. I think, it's always fun to play, obviously, but when you can kind of do commentary and kick back a little bit, I've always found that that's probably much easier to do, rather than always being in the in what is it, the oven or the frying pan or whatever it might be. It can be a little bit easier. And I think I know for you, Irina, obviously you've won the US Women's Championship many times, and it's fun to compete, but sometimes it's having that change of pace is also pretty nice as well.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, it's actually one of the things I enjoyed about the Olympiad was just finally getting out of the house, traveling to another country that I haven't done in a few years. And yeah, I really like that variety. I like the commentary. I like to have a break from all that work at home, from teaching, going to play at tournaments. And that kind of makes life interesting, that variety.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And Benjamin, you should be doing that soon too. Oh, wait, no, actually, you did play the Olympiad. Sorry, you played the Olympiad.
Yeah, and you were only breaking down my losses. I was straight.
Yes, I could talk about that draw you made against Poland too, but we'll save that for another day.
I guess you mean Hungary.
Oh, was it Hungary when you guys in the match one? You made the draw on the rook and pawn endgame when you were up the pawn with 0 risk. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. We'll save that for another day.
Well, it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
I guess what are your plans for tonight besides hanging out with Buddy Kriari?
The thing is, I've been to St. Louis so many times over the years that it's kind of I just go out, eat a nice dinner in Clayton or somewhere. Usually we have a rental car here. So I go eat a nice dinner, and that's it, really. I do that, come back to my room last night. I just watched TV again. So I know it sounds very, very boring, but I've just been here too many times. So there isn't anything exciting to do. I don't really know how to make that sound better, but that's just how it is. When you've been somewhere 50 times, probably in the last 12 years or whatever it might be, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
Are you going home to LA tomorrow? Is that the plan?
No, I'm back in Florida right now. So
are you living in Florida?
Yeah. I've been back in Florida for about 7 months now. So
nice.
I've been back there. So I'll be going back to Florida. And I'll be in Florida until I come here in 12 days or something silly. So I'll be back here again in 12 days. Yay, back in St. Louis again for a couple of days. And then after that, probably India in October or November.
Oh, wow. So, yeah. That's a big trip.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out when I get there. But yeah, for the most part, just doing what I'm doing and keep doing it.
All right,
Hikaru.
Grind.
Yeah, you have a lot of good plans, and just enjoy all of that. Enjoy life. That sounds what you're what you're doing. And
oh yeah, absolutely. Of course I have to thank all the fans who watch the stream, who've been supporting me over the last couple of years. It's been a wild ride, and there's a lot more to come. A lot of big announcements in the near future. So it's been great, and all I can say is thanks to the fans for making it so amazing.
Yeah. All right, Hikaru, have a great dinner. We will see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for doing the commentary again.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Pleasure. Have a good
one.
Bye.